All right, so it is a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania, and today we're going to be working on some trees that are not exactly in the best shape. It's been getting colder here the past couple nights, and I've been doing a little bit of the bonsai shuffle for some of my tropical trees, but the other day it got a little too cold and some of my tropicals suffered a little bit, so let's go take a look at some of these trees and see what we can do to salvage them. All right, and we're gonna start with the worst of all the trees that got stuck in the cold, and this is my avocado tree that I grew from seed. I believe I started this one in 2023, and yeah, this one was growing fantastic this year. It was growing so well, and I unfortunately left it outside in 29-degree Fahrenheit weather, so it is not doing so well. Let's start off by defoliating this whole thing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little trick here, and I'm going to snap my fingers, and on 3 I'm going to completely defoliate this thing. So with the power of editing, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. It is all defoliated, and yeah, as you can see, a lot of these leaves are all crunchy, and we're not gonna be able to do anything with these. They would have never came back, so defoliation was the only option. So what do we do from here? You can see that the branches are still pretty green, so that is a really good sign. Now the safe bet would probably be to just let these go, but they're so dang long that I would have been, even if they didn't get all crunched up, I probably would have cut this back really hard around this time anyway, because I'm bringing all my tropicals inside, and gotta keep them as compact as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prune this down to probably right here and right here, and I was going to get rid of this one, but just for safety I'll just snip it back to like right here for now. So let's do this. So this first one, I think I'm comfy with pruning it back to around here. That's all gone. Now I've never had any luck with cuttings from avocados, so I'm not even going to attempt it. And right here, this actually splits into 2 right here, so I might just prune this back to here now that I think about it. And then this guy, let's go here. There's an old dead bit here that I can prune back. And looking at where I pruned these, the cuts are very much green still, so I think it is more than fine. I don't think this thing is a goner anytime soon. So what I want to do now? What do I want to do now? Look at that curve in there, and that's all natural. I didn't do anything to this. What do I want to do? You know, maybe do I cut this off? Do I cut it off? Let's leave it for now. That's the safest bet. Let's clean up some of these little bits that died off. This one right here. This little bit where there was going to be a branch, apparently. Little one here. That is still a green bud, so we'll leave that alone. Oh man, I really don't like this one here. I don't like it. Let's get rid of it. You know what? We're taking a risk, because I was hoping to leave as much foliage on as possible. Is it a risk? I'm not sure. Maybe it's not so much a risk, but I want to get rid of it. I don't like it, so it's going. There we go. Decision made. And we'll clean that up just a little bit. Now you'll notice down here, if you look right here, this is actually the pit of the avocado, the seed that we initially grew it from. So this will stay on the avocado tree for a while. I have like a 5-year-old one that I believe is still on there. So this little bit of the avocado will be on it for a while. I might be able to take it off, but I'm just gonna let it be. I don't think it's getting any nutrients from that original bit of the seed, but who knows? I'm not gonna take my chances. Now, my next thought is this big part up at the top. Do we keep it or do we bring it down lower? Because it is really high up. My instincts tell me to bring it down lower, because with avocados at this young stage, this one's only 2 years old, it's going to want to just grow and grow and grow as much as it possibly can at this stage right now. Part of me thinks that it might be cool to eventually take off this section right here. So if this were to come off, oh, that's my puppy dog, Haley. She's just barking. It's okay, Haley. So if I take off this section here one day, we could get a nice little natural corkscrew effect going on. Or do we want it to have that Y down here at the bottom? Not sure. But I do think that this is a little tall. Now we do have some branching up here, which is hard to get at this early stage in an avocado's life. But you know, I want to keep this compact. And let me bring you in a little bit closer because I can see some buds here. Yeah, there are some possibilities for it to bud back, like right here. There's a little bit of a, I believe to be a little potential bud. There's one right here. And I think, well, I'm not sure about that right there. I'm wondering if I snip it back to right here, if it'll be okay. I think it will be. And I'm gonna do it right here. This is where we're going. Decision made. There we go. So all of that came off. It was like that. Came off. And I think it will be fine. Where's our front? Our front is probably maybe there. But again, super young, and we're not even gonna worry about that. So we'll just leave that right there. And yeah, this will be our tree for today. So we'll let that go and we'll let it grow inside, and hopefully it will recover nicely from this prune. And you know, sometimes you forget to leave your tropicals outside when it gets colder this time of year, and that happens. It's all part of the process, and you learn from these mistakes. And you're like, oh man, well, that avocado definitely can't take that cold weather. And oh well, it happens. So let's put this away, and let's grab some other casualties from the frost we had a couple days ago. And I know we heard her barking earlier, but I don't think I ever introduced you guys to her. This is Haley. She is our puppy dog. She's a black lab, and she loves to chase the ball. Whoa! She is almost pulling me down. And this is Shaggy. He's my grandmother's dog. So Shaggy is, I believe, 7. And Haley is 2. So yeah, and they love to chase the ball and chase toys. Here, let me see that. Let me see it. Let go. Let go. Ready? Go get it. All right, back to Bonsai. All right, so next up we have this Ficus benjamina, which is looking a little crunchy. So this one I did put a little towel over. It was a last minute decision, but I think the towel was a little bit too sheer, too thin for it. Not the best call, but you know, you live and learn and you test the boundaries and see what you can do. But yeah, this one is looking a little crunchy, and I had just pruned this up just in mid-July. So this one was growing, it put on some growth, but I think we're going to have to take off some of these little leaves here and do some work on it. So let's dive in and take a look. So I think I'm gonna start just by defoliating all of the dead leaves here. So let me do that. All right, I think that did most of them. So I'm looking at these top branches up here, and I think these are dead. There's a little bit of green in there. Maybe I'll let it go, but I'll take it back at least a little bit further. This guy, not so sure. I'll take back some of this growth. We'll see what happens. I do see the color seems to change. And I'm not sure if that's just the new branch there or if that's it being dead, like this branch being dead, and maybe this is alive. Not sure. But we'll take this back a little bit more even. It looks like we have some leaves here that are still good. This one's a little brown. I'll leave that one. I think, yeah, these might be okay. They might survive. Honestly, I think they just got like a frostbite, or they got, you know, frosted over too much, and I think the tree itself will be okay because I see some newer leaves down here that this is still fresh. That'll be fine. But some of these here, not so much. All right, I think that will do it on this one. So we'll just let this grow, and I think it'll be fine. Some of these leaves are nice and green still, so I'm not super worried about it. And again, hopefully I'll get some more growth down here at the bottom, so it's not just like a long stick in a pot. We'll get some more growth happening down there at the bottom. So we'll put this away and let's grab something else. All right, so this next one I'm pretty sure is in the same boat as the last one, if not maybe in a little bit better of a position, because this one has a lot of green left on it. It does have some brown up at the top, but for the most part, this thing's pretty fresh and green. So not super worried about this one, but again, I want to go through and trim off some of the brown ones and just prune some of this stuff back. So let's go in and take a look at it. All right, so let's take off some of this bit here. That's dead. Something like that, a little bit of that. This can come off. I'm gonna just take this off the top because this looks yellow. These aren't looking so good. I might even just take it back to here. Yeah, I see some green up there. Take this back here, I think. Well, yeah, I don't even think I would want that. Let's take that one off. Yeah, this one's not in as bad a shape. It just has a few crusties on it. Oh, and you know what? I'm just gonna kind of like mess with these because anyone that is like on the verge of dying will probably fall off. Something like that. Part of me just wants to snip this whole branch off, and I will. As with this one here. And this here. Some of these old blotchy leaves. I can probably take that off, and this one as well. Actually, maybe even trim it back to here. And now might be a good opportunity for me to even get rid of some of these areas that have multiple branches coming in at once. So let me dive in there. So this one is vertical, it goes straight up. We don't need that. This one right here can come off. So now it looks like we have 1, 2, and 3 branches coming out at the same place. And I actually don't like this one as much as I do these branches. So part of me is thinking keeping these 2 here and getting rid of this bigger one here, which I will. Let's clean that up. And for now, I'm gonna keep both of these in the same spot. And in the future, I'll get rid of one of them. Clean this up a little bit. Down here, we have a lot of stuff going on in this section. And I think I want to get rid of those right there. This one here. This one right here, I kind of like. I will snip the tip off that is dead, but we'll keep that for now. These bits we could take off. And you know what? I probably could do more pruning. I definitely could do more pruning, but it's the winter, so I'm just going to leave this as it is and come back to it in the future. So we'll let this grow. Although I want to take this off. I'm taking this off. Okay, now we're done. So we'll let this grow now, and we'll come back to it in a couple months, and hopefully it'll be fine. I have a good feeling we'll be. I'll take good care of it. So yeah, let's put this one back and we'll grab one other tree. Now this one here is not in as good a shape as the other ones. This one, the leaves almost all are yellowed. So yeah, this one's not so good. And unfortunately, there's only 1, 2, 3 branches on this one. So this one's in real bad shape. I'm debating whether to take the leaves off of this one or not, and keep any type of micro bits of life that are in this tree. So I wanted to get this one on camera because I'm just going to let it be. I'm not going to take any of the leaves off here, so I'll let it be, let it do its thing, and whatever leaves fall off, they'll fall off. I'm going to let this be because in some of the experience that I've had with completely defoliating Ficus benjamina, they do not react very well. So if there's any little bits of life in these leaves, I'll just let them go. And if it lives, that'd be great. If it doesn't, that's unfortunate, but I do have some other Ficus benjamina that came from the same planting. So yeah, I'll let this thing grow and see what happens, and hopefully we'll have a good update on this in the future. And just for comparison's sake, here is my healthiest of the 4 Ficus benjamina, because this one was put in a different section of my garden, and it had no issues at all with the frost, because it wasn't in the frost from the other day. But just to compare it to what the last one looked like, this one's doing fantastic. You know, while we're here, I might as well do a couple prunes on this one, because yeah, it's getting a little long and I am putting it away for the winter. So let's dive in and do some work on this. So the first thing I want to do is a pretty bold move, and that is to get rid of this branch and this branch. And we're just going to leave these two here, maybe even just one of those now that I think about it. So let's do the first big cut. All right, here we go. First big one right here. There's one down. And there's the other. All right, so that made that a lot smaller. All right, so next let's clean up that little bit up at the top. All right, we're just going to nibble back at this a little bit. Thanks. And you know, there's this little branch here that I probably could take off, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. But I think I will take off one of these. I'm just going to take this guy off. So we'll just have 1 liter there. And I think for the rest of this here at the bottom, I'm just gonna let be. We have 2 branches coming down here at the bottom on that side, 1 and 2 I mean, and then this branch right here. But I want to thicken up the base a little bit, so I'm just gonna let that be. So yeah, this one will go in the plant room and we'll let it go for the rest of the winter. I'll probably do a repot on these in a few months actually, but I have a lot to worry about. I have a lot of other things to worry about at the moment, so that'll come at a future date, because it's not super necessary at the moment, but it will have to get done soon.